And just like that, all of the snow is gone. It's no longer December, and so it's no longer Christmas, so we should probably take down all these decorations. We've still got our lights up, still even got our tree up here. So I should probably get some of this stuff taken down because it just doesn't really fit too much anymore. But it has been a little bit since I started recording. It's currently like mid-January right now. And yeah, I just felt like I needed to take a little bit of a break after the holidays. Just kind of pull myself together, just a little bit of like a mental sort of reset, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. It's been long enough though. I've got my spark back and I'm ready to hop back here into the joy of building and get started on our next project. Alright, our house is pretty much cleaned up from all the decorations. The only thing now that kind of sucks is we're gonna have to go over to the village because we did decorate the entire village last episode. And yeah, it's gonna be a little weird if there are Christmas decorations up right now. I don't know if you guys are the same way as me, but I really love putting up Christmas decorations. The only bad thing is when Christmas is over, I hate taking down all these decorations. I sure did use a lot of lanterns in these recent builds. Been going through a lot of iron lately. I actually had a temporary iron farm a few months ago whenever I was making the railway, but our supply has been getting pretty low lately. So I think we might end up making a little iron golem farm today. These poor guys have no idea what's coming, but I think that might be our main goal this episode. Oh, and by the way, we did update to the 1.21.4 update, the Pale Gardens update, and I do have another mod installed, if you guys listen carefully. Yeah, you can hear a couple of little birds and just little environmental sounds. That's the ambient sounds mod. I actually had a little bit of help from another creator, Featherfetcher. Thank you, Feather, for helping me get that mod. Ah, great. I guess I gotta take this Christmas tree down. I mean, it doesn't really fit the vibe of this town. Even if I took all the decorations off, like the wool and the lights and the star and stuff, and just left like a pine tree here, I mean, it doesn't really fit. Yeah, so it's probably gotta get taken down too, unfortunately. This one is gonna be a pain though. Alright, I don't know what was more painful, taking down this tree or the snow globe, and the reason I say that is because we don't have silk touch on on any of our tools actually. So all that glass that we used on our snow globe has all gone to waste. But yeah, the village here is all cleaned up from the Christmas decorations and looking normal again. I'm back at my house, and you might be thinking things look a little different, and that's right, I'm wearing chainmail now. I decided to retire my diamond armor here. It's getting a little bit beat up here. Some of these pieces are getting a little low on durability, and I kind of want to make sure we keep this for just like a collector item, kind of like how we have our first pickaxe saved away. I kind of want to keep our first set of diamond armor. Plus, this is kind of Christmassy and just doesn't really fit the vibe anymore. So yeah, we're rocking chainmail, and I got this armor from our skeleton spawner down in our little quarry that we have. We built that a few episodes ago, but yeah, I was actually trying to get the chainmail boots as well, just to kind of like complete the set. But I was down there for like 40 minutes and they just weren't dropping. So I just repaired what we have and we're gonna just go bootless for now. And you guys might have noticed I have some bundles here in my inventory. Like I mentioned earlier, we are in the new update and I kind of want to go out on a little adventure and go looking for that pale garden. So I think I'm gonna sleep off this night. We've got a lead for our horse and a couple bones just in case if we find some dogs along the way. But yeah, as soon as the sun comes up, we're gonna head out and go on a little bit of an adventure. Oh my gosh, finally I see pale, gosh, I don't even know this is taking forever. As you can tell, I'm super tired from driving around and looking for this, but finally I see a pale garden. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm actually super excited to finally find this. I was driving around and exploring for quite a while. I actually double backed towards home. You can see I'm like negative 1700, negative 2500 in case if anybody's playing along. But yeah, I'm super excited to finally find this. I haven't seen it yet. I did play with the new dark oak or the pale oak a little bit in creative, but I haven't actually experienced the actual biome yet. Let's go ahead and make a little base camp here for now. All right, this will have to do for now. A little horse hole for our guy. And yeah, we got two new dogs. I'm sure you guys saw that in the cinematic. But yeah, two new dogs here. I've already got names picked out. We'll go through that later. And yeah, it looks like the sun is... We still got a little bit of time before the sun sets completely. But I say we shall wait until nighttime before going in there. Alright, it looks like the sun is just about setting right now. So I think that'll be our cue to head on in here. Let's put the torches in our offhand. I've got the dynamic lighting mod. So like you can see if I throw the torch there, you can see how it kind of lights up and stuff. So we'll be able to have like a little bit of a flashlight as we walk around. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. The new flowers here, eye blossoms. I think you can get the closed version as well during the daytime. But I don't think there's a way to like keep them open, unfortunately. I wish there was. Oh, there's our first creaking. Okay. Okay, so you probably need like shears or something for that. Let's actually see. Shears for this? Okay. Yeah, pale hanging moss. That's nice. And I believe if we hit this... Oh, stop that. It's so hard to like keep them in my view here. And then this is the resin, right? Okay. You don't need silk touch for that. But yeah, this is the heart. And stop, please. I don't believe you need silk touch to take it. Do you? Oh my gosh. You do need silk touch. That is horrible news. I mean, it's not the end of the world. The main thing that we're really here for is the pale wood. I did want to get a little bit of these resin clumps because I do have something planned for that later. Yeah, it's a good thing I brought this efficiency 5 fortune 3 hoe. I think we should be able to get a decent amount of saplings with this thing here. Alright, let's go see if we can try and find another one of those creaking, or I guess a creaking heart. Oh, actually, there's 2 guys here. But why are they still moving? Is it like a thing where they need like aggro or something? Or is it like a certain amount of distance that they'll start moving and stop moving maybe? I'm not too sure how the line of sight thing works because this dude is just walking around freely. There's a witch. I hear her sneaking up. There she is. Sneaking up right behind me. Okay. Crisis averted. Guy gonna stop? There we go. Oh, you saw that his eyes turned orange. They were like a different color beforehand. Okay. So I guess that means like they're activated whenever their eyes are orange. I want to farm some more of this resin. But it's so hard to get it when they start looking at me. Ah. Oh god, a zombie's coming as well. And a creeper. Oh, this would have been terrible. Oi. Okay. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure there's a way you can make these creaking hearts. I think you just need, like, let me see. Creaking, might need to do it in a crafting table, but creaking heart? No? I swear there was like a thing where you could just do something like that. Or, I don't know. I thought there was a way to craft them. But I really don't want to destroy these 2 that we have in here. Like, I want to try and keep these creaking hearts here because we don't have silk touch. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have to do a little bit more research on if we can craft them because I would like to have some at home. But I think I've got enough resin, so I'm going to slowly back away from these guys and then make a break for it. It looks like the sun's coming up over in that direction. But man, isn't the sky really cool too? Are they coming? Yeah. Oh, goodbye, goodbye. But now I'm probably just gonna spend a little bit of time, now that it's daytime. I don't have to worry about anybody coming and bothering me as soon as I get rid of all the zombies tracking me. But I'm gonna spend some time, grab up some more trees, mainly just for saplings so that we can bring some back home. I figured I'd save you guys the trip back home, but I've been playing around with some of the new blocks, and I just kind of want to show off like some of the things that I found, in case if some of you guys are also kind of like newer to the update. So first off, you can see when we grow our own pale oaks, the vines don't come on the leaves, like they don't spawn with them on the leaves. That's a good thing we got some of our own because you can actually grow them and farm them that way. I was also just kind of testing like what kind of blocks they could be placed on. It seems like pretty much any block kind of works. And then I'm sure most of you guys know the moss is pretty similar to just a normal regular moss that we already have. However, you might have noticed this, the moss carpet. So they actually grow up along the sides of blocks, and if you have a 2-block tall, there's a chance that it could grow twice as tall. And you can like chop it down or whatever if you want to. But that's not the main thing. The main thing that I found out is that we actually can craft our creaking hearts. I know I mentioned it earlier, but I was on the right track, so we needed a block of resin, and then we can sandwich it in between these 2 pale logs, make our creaking heart, and then that goes in between 2 more pale logs like that. And then once it turns nighttime, which we're getting there, it'll spawn a creaking. And you can tell it's activated because it's like yellow or it's glowing. Wait, I didn't even know. Makes such a weird sound. I didn't know that was a thing. That's a cool sound. Oh. Oh, he spawned all the way over there. That's so weird. So they have like a certain spawning radius, it seems like. But yeah, this guy is linked over to that heart, and you can see because of like the particles, right? So now we'll be able to farm our own resin back here at the house because of our new friend here. Very cool. And I think we can actually just disable it like that. Does that work? Maybe not. Maybe it'll have to work on the next day. Let's see. Slowly coming towards me. What? Oh, okay. Jump scare. And then yeah, okay, so it'll turn off. It's not activated anymore. Perfect. Oh yeah, forgot we need to name our new dogs. I believe we do have some name tags upstairs, some extra ones. Let's go have a look real quick. I think I keep them here in my tools chest. Oh yeah, we've got 8. Sweet. Okay, more than enough. And I've already gotten quite a bit of names suggestions for these two. The first one we're gonna do Time, just like that. And then we are also gonna have Rosemary. There we go. So we're staying on theme with our herb dogs, our pack of herbs. While I'm up here, I'm gonna grab some white blocks like diorite here and polished diorite. And then I think, yeah, our pale oak. I already stripped some of it just so that we could kind of get like a better idea of what it looks like. And let's just take a little bit extra. There we go. Wait, was that, did you, okay, no, yeah, what was I looking for? Oh, no, oh, there it is, calcite. Another white block that we'll be using. All right, let's go name our dogs, and then I'm gonna show you guys our plan for today. Now, allow me to introduce you to parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. And of course, cilantro, my best friendo. This is like a Simon and Garfunkel reference here. We got parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. It was like one of their songs. Um, and then, yeah, cilantro is just, he's just an herb. And he's kind of where it all started. So it's kind of funny to see it kind of go full circle like that. But we're going to head over to the village, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit of something that I'm planning for our iron farm blacksmith thingy. So here I have picked out a spot. I did a little bit of terraforming just now. There was like a weird pit right here. So I've just been kind of taking some of the mountain, pushing it back a little bit, and then filling up this little pit right there. And you can see we're here at the village. Over there's the railway. That's where the Christmas tree was. So that's like the town square. And then right here is where I'm imagining our blacksmith to be. And you guys might have noticed already in our hotbar, we've got a couple of blocks laid out. And I kind of wanted to come on here and show you guys some of these blocks just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of our sort of color palette, I guess. So we do want to be using a lot of the new blocks. So this will kind of be the main sort of blocks for our structure. I am kind of imagining like we're probably going to have like an actual house sort of building for the blacksmith, I guess, which might just be like one of the villagers or something. We might just move in. And then we'll probably have like an actual area for like a forge or something like that. And you're probably wondering like, where are we going to put an iron farm? How are you going to put an iron farm inside of a house? My simple solution will probably be to just put it underground. I mean, that's probably just the easiest and safest thing to do. I'll have to figure that out another time, like once we get there. I do need to collect a couple more blocks. I don't have very much calcite. I do know where some geodes are though, so I'll probably do that off camera. But for now, I just kind of want to get something down, so figured let's go on ahead, take a little rest. I might collect some more blocks, and then I'll get to work on the beginning of our project here. And for some finishing touches, we'll add in our lava here into our little smithing area. and get rid of that torch too. Oh, and also our resin. This is what I wanted to show you guys earlier. So we'll sprinkle in a little bit of this resin, maybe just kind of like around. And I don't know. I think it kind of blends in a lot with the lava. Like it works really well here. So if you guys pay attention to like the particles in Minecraft, every now and then lava has like those little particles that jump up, right? And this resin can kind of act like little embers that get like sort of spat out and just land on the floor. They probably wouldn't stay, orange for that long. They probably, once they hit air, realistically, they'd probably dry up. But I think it's cool to just kind of add a little bit, like maybe some sparks flew off and are on the ground here from somebody using their sword on the anvil. Just like little things like that, just kind of add a little bit to the life here. So that's like the main reason why I wanted to get these resin clumps. But now let's address the elephant in the room. What happened to the pale oak and the white calcite and all that stuff, the diorite? What happened to those blocks, Etat? What's going on? So, had a change of plans, and you can kind of see my sort of little layout here that I'm working on. I'm probably going to put up some reference images on screen right now. But what I decided I wanted to do was basically make a foundation for our place out of stone. And then have it elevated. The actual like shop or house will be elevated. I think having that divide of color with the stone on the bottom and then the white up above would be a pretty good look. And so we've got a little bit of like a color palette going on down here already. Got some pale moss working in there with some mossy cobble and some stone bricks and whatnot kind of going in there. And a little archway shape here. I'm kind of planning on having like a doorway right here, and this will probably be access to the basement. That's probably where we'll have our iron farm, and then we'll have a little staircase over here. In the reference images that I threw up on screen, you'll probably see that there was like a sort of a circular staircase that kind of leads up to the second floor, and I thought that was a really cool design. I'm kind of basing my my build off of that, with the outdoor forge area and then the actual blacksmith shop kind of connected to it with a little archway underneath and everything. I think it'll be really, really cool. Oh, and I did throw up a sign here. I decided to use some orange acacia, mainly because just the whole idea of like the blacksmith working with lava and lava's orange. I figured acacia might kind of tie into that. But we decided to go with the name the Iron Forge Blacksmith, kind of like a little World of Warcraft reference right there. And then I threw on a second sign: tools, weapons, and armor repairs, just to kind of give it like a little bit more story here. You can come get your gear repaired, whatever you want, So I have done a little bit of work just now, but I kind of wanted to do a lot of this sort of iron farm building on camera. I'm not really gonna try to follow a tutorial. I've just built so many in the past that I kind of know what I'm doing. Like I have a good enough idea to kind of just make my own design. But as you can see, we've got a little area cleared out here. We're going to go into free cam and have a look around. So really quickly, if you guys don't know how iron farms work, they need a certain amount of space from where you have the villager. And they can spawn in any open spot. So we have some caves pretty close by. And we might have to end up filling those in. That might be a problem later. So fortunately, we do have some villagers who are willing to be our, our iron golem farmers, if you will. Over here, we've got a little spot. This is, trust me, these guys here, they love it, I have to, oh no, uh-oh. Oh yeah, okay. It's a little bit dangerous, but, they're like little daredevils. They live for this kind of stuff. Oh no. Oh, please don't suffocate. No. Okay, well, one of them's down. All right, let's see if we can get this guy in, though. I just put some water down there. So hopefully he'll just be able to, like, drop in if he decides to go down. Let's see if we can push him in. All right. Looks like our first guy made it nice and safe. We'll give him a bed over here. He can go to sleep and stuff. That'll be fine. Okay. There we go. All right. So we've got everybody moved in now. I think next we kind of need to make an actual spot for them. All right, I pushed this area back a little bit. I think, oh yeah, I think it needs to go down one more because otherwise they'll be hitting their heads. And then I'll just throw in their beds here. Oh man, inventory's getting a little bit of a mess here. But the villagers are standing here. We could put some trap doors above, and that'll be where our iron golems spawn. They should spawn right above the villager. Alright, so I usually like to do this thing where I put the zombie on a piston. Oh wait, that's one block too high. Because so when the piston's not activated, it'll be like the zombie will be right here. And then when it is activated, the zombie will be this high, which he'll have line of sight of all three of the villagers. Whenever it's down, he won't have line of sight of any of the villagers. So that'll be kind of a way that we can, you know, toggle our iron farm on and off. That's kind of one of the things that I want to do in this world, is be able to turn off our farms if we want to. Alright, now's the hard part. So I got my zombie here already. He's got a block, so he shouldn't despawn, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. But this is where it's gonna get a little tricky. My lava, no, oh my gosh. I was using that as my light source because I don't have any torches, but okay. He's following me. I should be able to get onto that corner right there. Now he's in there, okay. Villagers are going crazy because they scared him for a sec, but look, see? They're able to sleep right now. But once we activate that piston, it'll scare them, and then hopefully iron golems will spawn up here or something. Oh. Okay, so I guess it's working? Yeah, it looks like the zombie still gets line of sight for like a split second. See how he's kind of just like doing this weird thing with his head? I guess that's what's causing the golems to spawn already. It'll be better when we actually hook it up to some redstone. Okay, there. I think this should hold our lava without anything flowing over. Okay, that's good. We are gonna have to turn this whole place into slabs so that we don't have guys spawning outside like that guy did. Now we need to figure out how to build a hopper clock. I've got a little image pulled up on my other monitor right now, so I think I should just be able to kind of like copy it. Okay. I think I just need blocks here. And then it should work. Let's see, I'll just put 4 in there for now. No, it did not work. Uh-oh, okay. Well, definitely was not supposed to do that. Great. Okay. Okay. I figured it out. Listen, I'm no redstone master here. You guys might have realized I'm using regular pistons. If any of you guys are redstone geniuses, you're probably you know, cringing right now. I'm so sorry. I gotta use sticky pistons. Now I gotta take another trip back home and go pick up some slime balls. And upon returning back home, that's when we got hit with our next problem. Oh no, we only have 1 slime ball. So I spent the next hour and a half using chunk base to build some kind of little makeshift slime chunk, slime platform, spawner thingy, just to get another slime ball so that we can make our other sticky piston. Oy, the things we do for our farms. Well, a DIY slime chunk was not really on my agenda for this video, but I guess you just kind of have to expect the unexpected here in the joy of building. But yeah, we managed to get some slime balls, fortunately. We got 1 slime spawned in. So we can go on ahead and resolve our sticky piston situation here. And then this should finish up our hopper clock. I'll just throw like 20 pieces of cobble inside of there. And then once this empties, it's filling up this hopper right now. So once this hits 20, the redstone right here gets pushed back. Sweet. Okay, it's on right now. So that'll go up. And then, yeah, our zombie's up. He sees the villagers. Let's turn this on again. So now that he's down, look, all the villagers are able to go to sleep. That's what we want. He pops up, scares all the villagers, and then it should spawn a golem. Alright, I just turned everything here into slabs, and now it's time to, unfortunately, get this guy out of here, and then we'll see if our actual iron farm is working. Oh no, oh no. Oh my gosh, I couldn't. The chest was messing me up. Okay, put that back in there, and then let's see what happens. It should... These guys are panicking. Oh no, okay. The caves are gonna be an issue. We need to get that sorted, like, right away. Alright, I just finished lighting it up. Or not lighting it up, placing a bunch of slabs, and it looks like it's working. Real quick, I'll just go in free cam and show you guys. I might have gone a little overkill. I don't know exactly how far, like how many blocks away they can spawn. I want to say it's like 16 or something like that. I tried to make a on and off switch as well. I'm pretty sure I'm able to just keep this piston right here powered, which is keeping the redstone block there. I moved our trigger point right here. So then when it flicks, it swaps over, powers our line. Our little zombie jumps up, scares the villagers. The guys start spawning, and then I can turn this off. And I'm pretty sure, hold on, let's see what happens if I turn it off when it's still on. It should empty out. Like if I turn it off right now, it should empty out. I think this side has to empty, and then it should stay. Or no, okay, it triggers once and then it should stay. No, it's still emptying. Huh. Oh wait. It goes through. Aha, it goes through and then it stops. Yes, yes, okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, it is working. Brain blast. Genius redstone mastermind. Call me Etho, whatever. It's just... Alright, this little line of hoppers here, I put some hoppers underneath the walls right there. That should help us to prevent anything from flowing over. And then I added a little like hopper chain just over here into this chest. So once this guy dies, we'll see here live. Keep him in the corner of our view there. And then we should see poppies rolling in and some iron as well. We'll have to work on a better storage system and stuff like that. And of course we'll have to actually like decorate this sometime down the line. I am planning on doing like bubble elevators up and down so that it's faster than a ladder. But yeah, I mean, that's like the main mechanics of the farm. That's like the main thing that I kind of wanted to do for now. But it's not really an excuse for what we have here. I'm going to rearrange my inventory real quick. I've got quite a mess on me. And then I think we'll probably go on ahead and finish up our build here. Because right now, not much of a blacksmith. I'm impressed with this, you know. It came out pretty good. We got our new blocks in there, or not the new blocks, but the white blocks, and then the new wood. I decided to sort of divide them. We got the first floor with the sort of more stony type blocks, and then the second floor is the wood. I think I definitely got out of my comfort zone a little bit with this build here. Did some things that I don't traditionally do. I mean, this is really typical where I sort of inset the wall in between the pillars and I sort of do this archway thing. But we've got a lot of walls that are actually just flat. So it was a little bit... Oh, of course it starts raining. Alright, give me a few minutes while I just sit here and spam the bed until the rain goes away. Alright, there we go, much better. Like I was saying though, I find that it's easier to create depth in your builds when you inset the walls like that in between the pillars. So when we have these walls that are flush with the pillars, the only way to create depth is to make it like add blocks that come off of it. As you can see here, we added like a little flower box type thing. Over here we have another flat wall. And I don't know, I just threw some crafters down, some copper lightning rods and stuff like that, just to kind of create like some sort of pipe or exhaust or something like that. And same thing over here, a couple of chains and what are those things called? Levers. So we kind of have like a little bit of a mixture between like the flat walls and then our traditional inset walls. So yeah, I mean, I think it came out good though. Took a little bit of a leap of faith, stepped out of my comfort zone, and I'm actually really happy with how this build came together. I think over here is probably my favorite spot to view it, because I know I touched on this a little bit earlier, but I intentionally added the acacia because it's orange and it ties in with the lava, right? So I tried to do that all throughout the build, and it kind of brings your eye around, right? Follow these tulips here, the orange tulips, and they go up towards our copper awning. And if you keep going up, you even got some acacia trap doors up there. They don't really serve much of a purpose other than to add color, but it's effective in the build. And then just to bring it full circle, you know, you've got your little tulip hanging out of the window right there. So we've got a nice little swoosh for your eye to follow with the orange color. I also tried out a new technique with the roof. I was actually inspired by Shrammy, or Shram, if you guys know him. I'm sure most of you guys probably do. If you don't know him, definitely go check him out. I'll leave a little link in the description. But he does this thing where in his roofs, instead of doing like a gradient from like top to bottom, he kind of does these like almost splotchy sort of gradients. So you can see here, we've kind of got like our deep slate tile here, and then polished, and then cobble deep slate. So it kind of like does almost like a radial gradient, I guess. And yeah, we just kind of did that all throughout the roof here, and I think it looks good. It's a cool technique, and you know, I mean, it actually looks really nice. So it's something new that we can keep in our back pockets and do on other builds, you know. But the interior of this place is not done at all. I did do a little bit of a divider here with this spruce beam, just to kind of signify like where the second floor is, because technically it starts right there. That's where the second floor starts. We've got like a little ladder and stuff so you can go up here. Probably just gonna end up doing like a bedroom or something. I don't really know. But we don't have a whole lot of room to work with. This is only 4 blocks long here. A little bit more space over here in this area. But I'm thinking about turning this into the sort of shop, I guess, for the blacksmith. So technically, you know, he'd be able to craft up his armor and tools and stuff like that. And then he could put them on display and sell them inside of the actual building. I've got to go get a few more blocks, but I figured we can go on ahead and decorate the interior together in our traditional fashion of doing our sort of little commentary over the replay footage. So let's go on ahead and hop into that now. In conjunction with the roof, I'm taking a little bit more inspiration from Shram. He actually built a blacksmith in his forever world and used it to house his super smelter. So I figured I could try and squeeze one into this little area too. Like I mentioned earlier, this is supposed to be a blacksmith shop. So I added a countertop where the owner can do his transactions. Then I just sprinkled in a bunch of decorations like chests, barrels, shelves, armor stands, and a bunch of item frames to display the products that the blacksmith will be selling. As for the bedroom, we don't have a ton of space, so I just added the essentials: a bed, a little bit of storage, maybe some nice artwork, and of course, a little bit of greenery and some yellow carpet to help make this bedroom feel nice and cozy. Then I stepped outside and realized that we were missing a path. So I just started shaping it out in the areas where I feel like most people would be walking. And to make this blacksmith feel like it's a part of the village, we had to connect our path with the ones already established. I still felt like something was missing, so I spent an embarrassingly long amount of time trying to add some custom oak trees. I really just spent a lot of time running around the tree and finding new spots to either add or remove leaves. The first one really helped the blacksmith feel like it was a part of the environment, so I decided to add another tree on the other side. And I even added some lanterns and the new hanging moss just to give our trees a little bit of character. I keep finding like little things here and there to add. Just like a little vine growing up the side of the wall right there. I mean, I could probably spend hours just like adding small things like that. I mean, the trees alone took like way too long. But I think they look good. I mean, they're like just little oak trees, a bunch of branches on the inside. Like I said earlier, we got the hanging moss. We even got the little roots down below, some rooted dirt as well. Before I had the trees and the paths, the blacksmith felt like it was just kind of like plopped down in this area. It didn't really feel like it was part of the village. But now it feels like it's actually part of the village, you know? I mean, obviously we'll still have to do a little bit of redesigning of the other houses and add some more buildings, and probably in a similar build style or color palette and whatnot. But yeah, let's go check out the interior here, because I didn't show it off too much in the cinematic. I did do a little bit more. Obviously we've got armor, and we've got like all these different little iron tools and little things that our blacksmith will be selling in here. I kind of am thinking about putting honey blocks and carpet down behind this little desk here, and the villager should become like the weaponsmith with this little tool thing, and the blacksmith, or whatever it's called, the blast furnace guy, to sell like diamond armor and diamond tools and whatnot. But over here it is a little bit close quarters. This is our super smelter. I believe it is 7. Yes, 7. I just counted. It is 7 furnaces here. Up here we've got we've got one minecart up there, and then right here this will be like the fuel minecart, and then we'll just throw in cobble right now. And we flick these levers and it sends our minecarts out there, and then they just keep going back and forth and unloading. And as you can see, like, you know, the cobble's just stacking up in there, and it's not perfect. I think like the corner probably gets, or one of these gets like a lot more than the other. Look, see, this one only has 4. All right, they're probably all empty, but yeah, I mean, like it works, you know. It's 7 furnaces all going together, so soon we'll see this stack of stone going up, boom 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 boom, increased by 7. So yeah, going from 21 to 28. And down below in our little iron farm, I'm so sorry to disappoint, but this is not decorated at all. I am kind of thinking of saving this for like a long play or a live stream project or something like that. But as you can see here, it has been on this whole time. And yeah, this is how much iron we have. I did actually take like 3 or 2.5 stacks or something like that just for the hoppers upstairs. But yeah, I mean, it's been running this whole time, and we have a ton of iron. Look at this, a little hat right here by the forge, a little iron helmet. Man, I could stay here forever and just keep adding things. But eventually we gotta head home. We gotta start wrapping things up here. The video has been getting pretty long, so let's go on ahead, take Cilantro home, and let's go wrap this up. Oh man, I never realized how low my pickaxe was. 54 durability left. I might have to take a trip over to Cobb's and pick up another mending book. But let's go ahead and set Cilantro down right there. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys for being patient with me while I make these videos. I know this one is long overdue, but you know, I don't really like rushing through my videos. I'd rather just kind of take the extra time to sort of polish it out and make sure, you know, it's of the best quality. But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna call it for now. So thank you guys so much for watching. It seriously means the world to me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, take care, stay safe. Oh. What was that? Is that Bleakman? Bleak, Bleak,